all right, getting back into it. I think we just start here. Just kind of jumping in here and testing out where we left off, which I kind of forget, but I think we're working on the objectives. There are way too many enemies spawning for testing. And they also spawn in way different spots. We need to mess with that. But let's go to our level manager. Total enemies, let's just do 2. What we're working on, I believe, is our objectives. So we're working on keeping track of all the enemies that we kill and making sure that when we get to the end, they're all dead before we can complete a level. Enemy died. We died. Sorry, I'm just checking to make sure things are being called correctly. They're debugs. Enemy died. Where? Enemy died 1. Doesn't equal null. So the problem is, let's look through this. Okay, enemy movement, except knockback, right? Knockback, let's remove our log here. That seems to be working like we want. This is the enemy knockback direction. So that seems to be working fine. Let's comment that out for now, so we can clean this up. Then we can really dive into this, because I think we're pretty close here. I think we need to add another couple of events and a couple variables to track those. We should be good. All right, enemy died 2. Enemy died 1. So our issue here is we're storing our enemies. So our enemies is that's a list. So we're doing count. Enemy death handler. It's 1 behind each time. So the issue is, so on death invoke. So on death invoke, and we have a listener. Enemy death handler. And then that goes to here. So I think we're running into an issue where, would be my guess is, since the enemy's still there, what if we just move these 2? The thing is, yeah, we can't do it this way because it's never going to invoke that, because now there's no game object that component is attached to. Right, so this should never get called. Let's check here. If my logic is right. So this shouldn't get called now. It did get called. Why is it? It's doing the same. I mean, I thought it would at least not work or do a different value. But right now, 2 game objects are spawned in our map, which get put into this list of enemies. So spawn enemies for each transform, blah, blah, blah. We put the enemy in here. So we add the enemy there because it saves those 2 things. So add enemy. let's just do this real quick. Let's add a debug here, see if, make sure it's getting the right length. Total enemies spawned is, and then this is except I don't want all these, I just want count. What are we doing wrong here? I guess we just put this whole thing, right? Oh, that's why. There we go. So that should, in theory, just as soon as it spawned, it should say there's 2. Total enemy spawn is 2. So that's right. So that one's gone. But now is it, why is it? Now it's down to 1. Do we just add a delay? Can we just do wait for seconds? I know we can't do it like that. Sorry, that's just me brainstorming. I mean, I don't want to wait that long, but do we think that delay is going to fix it? Just do this in here. Okay, yep. Body is cannot be iterator block because void is not entered. Because it has to be in a coroutine. There's got to be an easy way to do that, right? All right, let's see. Like, let's just do this for funsies. Let's steal one of these. And I'm just curious to see if this is going to help it at all. let's put this here. And then start coroutine. Like that. Give us a 1/10 of a second delay between those. I don't know. I don't know why that would do it right now. No, nothing. Down to 1. What is going on? I'm sure it's something silly too. Oh, you know what? I think I need to do this. Okay, so that one, as I thought, since we destroyed the game object first and then run this, there's no game object to update the... So I think we're gonna have to do this a different way. I mean, which is fine. Don't get me wrong, this... I mean, we can do it real simple where it just... every time an enemy dies, it just adds 1 to a variable. And then if total enemy spawn minus the total killed equals 0, then you're good. I don't think it's the cleanest thing though, and it definitely isn't as scalable or flexible to use in other things, but that probably works. So if we do our spawn manager, then we do total enemies equals right, that should work because that's an int, that's an int. So now we have our total enemies is set. I really don't like how this is going right now, but I want to get some progress. We can totally fix this in the total enemies defeated. Right, because I don't want to have too many things running in an update method where it has to check every single frame. We want to initialize this as 0 at the beginning. So every time enemy death handler. Then you got enemies defeated. Go plus equal 1. And then we go if total enemies minus enemies defeated is less than or equal to 0. This really should just be equal to 0. What do we call it? So these things, and then we also wanted these variables track the level objectives. So public int enemies dead. So we'll set that equal to 0 to start. Once we kill them all, we'll set that to 1. Public int timer over. We'll set that at 1. So it's good, but then we'll set in our level timer, if we run out of time, it'll go to 0. It shouldn't matter because there's going to be some other end game over once the timer runs out on its own. So that one really won't matter, but that's okay. And then we'll have public int reached goal. We'll start that at 0. Cool. Set our spawn manager death handler equals 1. If it, what do we name this as? Level manager, okay. Manager dot, not total enemies, enemies dead equals 1. Cool. Cool. That should at least get everything to our level manager. Manager game over. There's got to be a better way to do a timer. Countdown timer in Unity. I feel like this is so clunky. Let me see what other people are saying. Is that even going to be able to do it that fast? Every 100th of a second? That just feels wrong too. What are other people doing? Sorry, I'm checking online. we just do current time equals manager dot level time minus time dot delta time? Is that something? You just put the starting time into a variable and subtract it from the... Yeah. Starting time. Yeah, we have the starting time as a variable. Current time. What's the best way to track current time? I guess is my thing. Because it could just be level time minus elapsed time since you start. Yeah, because I think, I mean, we have everything set. You can tell to call a function every second. Gotcha, and then that would give you something to for your UI update, right? Every second. But it would also hold the current time to whatever precision we need when we want to save how fast we cleared it or anything like that. Yeah, I found this somewhere. You think this will work like this? I mean, I guess we'll keep it like this right now since it works. Except I want it to be able to be speed ran. Because I think that's going to add to maybe some replayability on it, where you try to beat your best time. Do you think 100th of a second? That's what I was worried about. 100th of a second is too quick. I mean, we'll try it out. We'll see what happens. Goal reach. Okay, so that's the next one. 10 to 15 seconds. Oh, okay. Now, one thing I want to player controller. And I think this is the last one to finish. We got trigger, yes. I don't need all this stuff. Do I have the level manager in this one? Probably not yet, right? Stop watching. I gotcha. We'll go with this for now. Let's make some progress. I don't think it's the end of the world. Like this, like you said, this isn't going to be some speed run to the thousandths of a second popular thing yet. I mean, maybe it will be, but we just want to get something that functions how we want it, and then we'll continue going back. Reached goal. Let's go ahead and do this. Where's our finish? Endpoint. I just want to put this somewhere that we can reach easy. And then I want to look at this. Play. Look at our level manager. Okay, so our enemy's dead. 0, timer over is 1 because the timer's still there. So oh, our timer's already over. That's what happened. Okay, enemy's dead. That worked. So that's good now. And let's just reach this. And the reach goal should... Beautiful. Awesome. Okay. That worked better than I expected. But now we want to complete level. So what we want is if level We need time equals 1. How do you do and? Is it enemy dead equals 1? And this is probably definitely not the best way to do this, but sometimes enemies dead equals 1 and reached goal equals 1. Then we want to, okay, we actually want to send over our level time, right? Oh, yep. Thank you, thank you. Then complete level. Under complete level, we want to take the level timer current time. So for right now, complete time, no, we want time remaining. So the most unlikely first. Okay. That's a really good point, because you want to say no right off the bat. Because then I won't look at the other ones. Right? Am I thinking about that? It's going to make it quicker because that's no, so we don't even have to look at the rest each time. Okay, complete level debug log. Completed level in. Level. So level time is in, it's a float, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Every frame it's getting called to check that. And really I would, either way you're gonna have to check against all 3 of those, right? Is that a thing? Oh, just timer. Oh, I think let's just do float completion time. All right, let's go to our level time or level manager. We want, let's do 50 seconds. Let's just try this out. Oh, I'm up here. That's why I looked weird. And I gotta fix that we can jump when we're stuck on top of an enemy. Let's go, let's find the exit. Come on, reached goal. Boom. Did it? No. Yeah, I mean, I think the optimization really comes in when you have some huge game, right? Computers are so fast nowadays, and they can process everything so quick. It's not like you're trying to fit all of Pokemon into, I forget how many kilobytes the original Pokemon games were, where you have to optimize it so crazy. There's so much extra RAM and everything laying around that we're fine. So why didn't this work? This... Let's try that again. Maybe... Oh, we're gonna run out of time. And I also need to make it... You also have to make... I need to make it so the... reaching the end goal has to be the last one. So it should be... Oh yeah, I made the Discord. You see that? Is it working? I've never made a Discord, so I've never really messed with it. But if you want to join and just type something in there, just say hi, join it, and make sure everything's working, that'd be great. Yeah, you gotta have that, right? When this game blows up, you've been there from the beginning. Yeah, and I think you should just be able to add or join on your own, right, if you have the link. There we go. Awesome. Cool. Glad it works. Yeah, I kind of broke it up into when we're going through that what the current game we're working on. So specific things related to the game, art ideas, game features and everything, resources and training where we can start adding different links or documents for things that we keep running over, or if there's something that we talk about on stream, like, hey, we need to work on these events, or adding listeners or something like that. If someone finds it, we can put it on there so we can all get going. Then obviously just a general one, some frequently asked questions, and yeah. Yes. Yes. But cool, I'm glad it worked. Now, where was I? Player controller. There's also an... What the heck just happened there? Oh, that's why. I meant to Control C. Oh, that was weird. You can do on trigger exit, right? Is that a thing? There's also on trigger when you're just standing in it, but this will be so you can't go run and grab it and then go touch it, right? Just test this out. Reached goal. That'll work. That'll work for now. Okay, why? So in here, level manager. So we check all these. And complete level never runs. Why doesn't it run? Enemy's dead, timer over. Oh, that's why. Durr. Timer over. That's how it should be. Now we should be fine. You know, it helps when you call the right variables, right? Get over here. Boom. Completed level in 16,972. I think I want to let's add one here. Public, and that's not at all what I was trying to do. Level success. That's not the right one. Complete level, and then right afterwards. And the only reason why I'm doing that is so we get the one time and we're done. Once level success goes to zero, then it's no longer going to keep doing that. I should probably do that backwards. I think we want that. And we can go on here. And we should only get one time. Let's check it out. Another way to just zoom to... Oh, yeah. There we go. Whew. Got that one. Got that one, and then this should be, just give me one time. Boom. Now when we go in it, since it's level successful, then we don't have that. So complete level in 13 seconds. Nice. And then we can just display that in minutes, seconds, however we want to do that. All right. That's feeling good. So we have all those. We need to have a game over. So what's going to happen on game over? Game over, player health, player death, level manager, game over. So on game over, can we just disable the player controller for right now? No, I don't want to do a whole tutorial. Oh. All right, that'll at least give us something when we get game over. Let's try this real quick. So running around. Well, that's not working. Oh, I know why. Tried to call it. I just didn't know where it was. Okay. Game over, right? No, that wasn't game over. What just happened there? I mean, that works. At least we know our game's over, right? We can't move anymore, and we're just gonna go flying, which is fine. Let's just die real quick, make sure that way works too. I think if we do player health, do we have our rigid body in here? No. So we can go into our player controller. And then we do void player health. We have player attributes. Controller dot disable rigid body. Yeah. Just for now. If I could spell. Then we just gotta make it public. That's fine. Disable rigid body, and then we should already have our rigid body up here. Right. Right, don't we already have that? If I could spell again. Body, rigid body. Does that not work? No, that one doesn't work. Yeah, that's not right. That's not right. Let me see. How do we want to do this? Is that not a thing? That's fine. We'll just have to do nothing for now. Because we will have a death animation. We'll have a game over animation. There's a lot of things. Sorry, it's really quiet there trying to figure out what I wanted to do. All right, let's check this out again. Player. I think we're missing something. Controller. I died. That looks really funny. I like that. All right. I just want to complete this again. Man, I need more health. Doing terrible. So... base health. What's my base health? Man, I made my own game too hard. Oh, I died. All right, I need more health. Player health's fine. It's working. It's great. Base health, recovery. Some player attributes. Base health, let's up that to 100 so we can actually beat this level. All right, get over here. Set the timer now. I think it's a really... How did I die that fast? Okay, so now we got the level complete, so we can pull this up. We got our level manager. Complete level. So at complete level, we need to add attributes. So how do we do that? I want to be able to select what attributes we have remaining. So we need an remaining, let's call it available attributes. Okay, so level manager. So we need our player attributes. And when we complete the level, we get attributes dot remaining available plus equals 5, right? So we want to add 5 more for each. Was it 5? No. Or was it 5? Let's do 5. Okay. And then let's how do we want to do this? I don't want it all to be under, I want this to be all like the physics one. So maybe we add a new script here, because I want to add a script that we can press a button and add a point to different stats. Let's do, it's going to be player stat interactions. I do not like the name of that, but that's okay. Let's open that. And we're going to need reference to player attributes. Attributes there. And that should be it. And this is just for now. So if attributes equals null, then debug dot log missing player attributes. Almost spelled that right. Attributes. Player controller. If attributes not equal null, okay, so this is attributes dot available attributes. It's greater than 0. And attributes not below. Okay. If get Kiko down. How do I check when? You can check. Let me open the attributes, player attributes, power, wisdom, ability, agility, sleight. Is that gonna work? It should work. Then we want to calculate stats after each time. Agility and sleight. And then we want to add a debug to each one of these. .log, because we want to know wisdom increase, or this is power. Increased 2. This is going to be wisdom. Uh-oh. What did I do? I don't know what I did. Everything's red now. What happened? Wisdom. Agility. And then sleight. Attributes dot calculate. Because now we want to calculate our stats, right? Calculate stats. Each time we do this, we need to recalculate our stats. Attributes calculate stats. And I think that should at least give us our attributes. Cancel. Okay, that's fine. This just needs to be public. Got 5 references, which makes sense. 1 in here and then 4 over in our player stat interaction. And let's, I think I need to player attributes. Okay. Why am I stuck? Why am I stuck? All right, what did I screw up? Level manager needs to be able to reference our player stats. Because now it can tell us that we have available stats. Makes sense. All right, don't kill me. There we go. Okay, so and we said 1 reached. Boom. That's good. We should look at our player, our attributes. We should have 5 available. Yep, 5 available attributes. Okay, and now we should be able to add 1 to power. That was not it. What? Huh? How'd they go up to... So we want to get key down. And I think that's because it only counts it once per frame. Or if we press it once and it goes over multiple frames, it only counts as one time. Before we were holding it for like 30 frames. Oh, I died. Quit dying. Okay, get over here, purple. How did I jump that high? What did I do? New input handling features? What do you mean? These... Dude, I don't know why I swear the... physics here just got real weird out of nowhere. Okay, so we did that, Let's go beat the level. Cool, we completed the level in 14. That does not feel right. Is that only 14 seconds? 6, 6, 6. Okay, that was better. 6 and it recalculated those. Let's add one more agility. Should increase our movement speed. Gonna go ahead and say our the amount our why can't I go that way anymore? Oh, the timer ran out. Yeah, the amount that our agility increases our movement speed and stuff is definitely way too high. Then we also need to make it so our timer stops counting when we make it to the end, because it's still counting to 0 there, and then it went into our death sequence. So come here, come here, come here. Good and beautiful. Let's go to our attributes. Now we got 5 available attribute points. Let's put it all into agility just to see what it does. Oh, we forgot to... That's fine. Woo! Whee! Oh, we need to make it so we subtract from the available... then attributes dot available attributes minus equal 1. Oh, that's fun. And then obviously when we start working at UI, that's going to pop up into a level complete screen. There'll be buttons to go ahead and decide which stat you want to add to. It'll be updated visually so you can see your damage and everything. Update in real time. At the edge of the level. Get off me. Ah! Boom. Okay, so now our player should have 5 attribute points. Add 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. We got negative. Is that because I pressed them at the same time? Really should just do this with one enemy that spawns right in front of me, but you know, making sure everything works. I really need, I don't know if the time feels right. Maybe 14 seconds is just longer than I thought. Do. All right. Let's level manager. Let's just do 1. Real quick. It's a little easier to beat this. Cool. So that worked. How did I manage it to go negative? That's fine. I mean, we won't have that issue when it's all mouse-based. Because you wouldn't be able to hit at the exact same time, right? Physically can't get your pointer in the same spot. And done. Let's look again. Available attributes. Add 1 there, 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 add 1 there. Okay. Cool. That is cool. Heck yeah. What should we work on now? May just call it a little earlier today, just because I feel like this is a good stopping point. It now tracks where all of our objectives, if we make it to the end, if we've killed everything, and it keeps track of our time. Maybe we fix the timer. So it breaks out of the countdown. Yeah, I think I should do a task list too. Oh, let's open up this guy. Do I have that open right now? Yes, I do. Let's pull up this. And we should be able to add I just want to add a list. Checklist? There's got to be a checklist here, right? There's got to be a checklist in here. Tools media, I don't want that. Frame, freehand, shapes, lines, text, sticky notes, templates. Checklist? Oh, okay. I mean, we have them all there. It's gonna be our task list. Updated. This is to do, this is gonna be our immediate tasks that we want to do. In progress, clean up, debug. Nothing's gonna be done. I like this program or this website, but I mean, it's probably, I just don't know how to use it. Let's be real. So to do, this is Miro. This is Miro, and I've read that it's pretty good to use. I've never used it, so this is kind of, again, I guess this is cool. You can add status, add tag, dates, assignees. Put in side panel. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, that's actually a lot cooler than I thought it was. I didn't think it had all that information. I mean, I think the whole thing's a task board, right? That's what this is a task board. Yeah, I think the whole thing, and then you can invite people and assign it to it. That's the whole point of this. All right, to do immediately. So what are our next steps that we should work on? I mean, I know everything needs polishing, but that's... I guess let's do this. Known bugs that we can work on. Done. We're not going to... Future wish list. So our immediate to do is, so we got the levels, we got basic enemy. What else do we have to, our next steps are player skills. Actually, I guess the next would be transition to next level. Why am I struggling with this? Oh, I gotcha. So, yeah, I was thinking big picture, but really these... That's a good idea. No, that's a good point. It's going to break it down into more meaningful tasks or more achievable. So these need to be more of like the big things, features we need to work on, and to break that down into each separate task. So yeah, it's not like a bulleted list here. It goes vertically. Yeah, I just think the way this is laid out, it's not exactly ideal. Yeah, I like that. That's fine. We'll just work with this. Um, and well, terms of player skills and UI in game UI. Cool, cool. Oh, that's not. Oh. There's so many tasks. There's so many tasks. Yeah, I guess I'm using this as the broad overview of the tasks. So we need to create new scene to load after completion. create method to select randomly select next level seed. Because I think we were talking about a while ago that the next levels, it's not going to be a set every single time the same level. There's going to be slight randomization as we go through based on what. So you start level 1, then level 2 can be rolled from a list of 5 different bases, and then on top of that, random enemies. Nothing too random, but enough so it's kind of fresh each time. So you can do it. So there's going to be a seed it can select from. And then from that, it'll also roll again. That way it's not the same. It's going to roll from, let me take a step back. We were talking about there's 3 or 4 different ways to beat the level here, or the level's going to have 3 or 4 main focuses. One is going to be the monsters are really hard. Like you're probably going to die. That's going to be the way you lose. The platforming, easy. The time, not bad. The monsters are hard. So it can roll into that seed. Or it can roll into a platforming seed. Where the platforming seed is, hey, the monsters are hardly a challenge. The timer and getting from beginning to end is going to be the hard part. So that's going to be another seed. And then another one is going to be the environment's hard. So again, the platformer might be kind of hard. The monsters, not too much, but there's going to be a lot of traps. There's going to be a lot of poison traps, and that's going to make it hard to get to the end. So we want to generate one of those first. Like, okay, we rolled the next one is going to be a platforming one. Boom, okay, from here we have this pool of level, I guess there will be 4 different scenes for each different level. I know it gets, I know I was worried about that, but I think not making it fully random, because once we get one of these, it's going to be make 20 platforming ones, 20 environment one, 20 monster ones, and so 60. I think that's a fair point. Okay. Yeah, let's reel that in. That's fair. See, this is scope. I got that written somewhere, right? Right there, scope. Gets too big. Okay. This one, let's make, gonna change the color. Purple or wish list. Okay, so level transition, we beat it, we go to the next one. Should be easy enough to load the next scene. Okay, yep, and this is our original scope. Let's not go too far beyond this. This is it. Oh, we always have the randomization of levels. I mean, but what we can do is, either way, we have to make 25 levels. We go out and personally choose what each one's going to be. That way we're making 25 levels instead of 80 or whatever that is, right? Level 2 is going to be this, level 3, that's fine. No, I don't want infinite. Sorry. That's why it's like randomly select from a set number of seeds. And the seeds are, we have a level 2 platforming one, a level 2 monster one. We have level 5 can roll into the level 5 platform, the level 5 monster. So each time you go to the next level, yeah, I know, that's... Next, create method randomly select next level from set pool. Yeah. You're right. But still, I think we should just focus on making 25 levels, right? And then we can go to 80. Player skills. They're level 1. What did I call the classes? Oh, I guess it's choose your weapon. Bow, sword, or staff. It sounds like it'd be really fun. It sounds like it'd be really hard to get the logic to work for an infinite number of possibilities. And make it cohesive, I guess. Because you can make it work, but making sure it's... Yeah, I guess that's more the cohesiveness. The logic itself, sure, you can make A, B, C, D work, right? But does A actually work well with B or look nice or... ...120 maps are only water in one... At least it's 1 in 20, so that's something that you'd see pop up, right? It's when you get to the 1 in 100, 1 in 1,000 things that you don't see pop up frequently enough to notice that it's game breaking. don't want to. It's attribute calculations. I know we're screwed up. Jesus. Why didn't you finish that one? Because the generation part was that the easy part, or or the fun part? I mean, there's just so much more that goes in beyond that, right? To make a compelling story and compelling gameplay alongside with your generated galaxies and all that. It's only barely scratching the surface. Yeah. And were you going to put that starship building system that was in the same game, or did that end up getting split off into its own thing? Same game. Because I feel like sometimes working on a feature for one game, realize that it's enough for its own thing and gets split off and spit out into its own thing. And vice versa, I guess. You're making a whole game and you realize it'd be good as a component to something much larger. Yeah. That sounds way too much to me. Shoot. I'm just trying to make a platformer. Something that's been done hundreds of times. Thousands of times. Jeez. Why don't you still work on that one? Can't be that hard. Someone else did it, right? Why can't I? That's funny. Well, on that note, this is not going to turn into Star Citizen. It better not. But I think we can introduce this randomly selected from a set pool. I don't think that's that crazy because it's not going to be... Yeah. Seriously. Yeah, I mean, there's more that I need to put on this, but I need to hop out of here for today. And we'll keep moving, I think, again. That was good progress today because now we have our objectives mapped out. They're maybe not the cleanest. We can work on the logic and figure that out later, but it works how we want it right now, which lets us move forward. And those are things that we can fix one time and copy into the next levels. It shouldn't be something that carries over because we really just need to focus on this level and one more that we can load into. And that should be it from a base stage. And then we just got to put them all together. So, right. Thanks everyone for subbing by. Thanks for your help today. We do have a Discord now, which I don't know if I have a link anywhere. I put it somewhere. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. This is not working. It's gonna work here. What is this? Get out of here. I don't know what that is. All right. I'm gonna hop out of here today. See you guys in the next one.